Hey, good morning from Hunkeler Innovation Days in lovely Lucerne. We are doing our fabulous Bonjour telecast this morning, and it's an unusual one because I'm playing the role of Martin. I'm Pat McGrew. I work with the Inkish team, and I am with the amazing Lloyd, who is also recently joined the Inkish team as a full-time member in full standing, which is fabulous.
I am.
And we have two of the most fabulous guests you could ever imagine in the entire world, because it doesn't get better than this. We have the lovely Barbara McManus, who is leading the page-wide team at HP. She's the, I think tech vice president of...
Vice President and General Manager of PageWide Industrial.
Yeah, of PageWide Industrial, which is just the coolest team in the world. And the amazing and charming and affable Volker Leonhardt from Müller Martini. And we decided you were the global president of sales. Is that what we decided?
That's correct.
Okay, so we just gave him that title. He didn't have it before. And so what we want to do this morning, Barb and Volker, is we want to talk a little bit. This is day 2 of Hunkeler, and we've already seen so many people.
Yes.
Your stands have been just absolutely packed with people. You've got, Volker, you've got equipment attached to like everything known to mankind here. So, Barbara, what's the thing you took away from day 1 that stood out for you?
Day 1 was fantastic. More people than I expected were here. And I heard today is going to be multi-times that. So it's going to be standing room only, wall to wall. I love Hunkeler Innovation Days. And what I love about it is you can't hide. It's every 20-inch digital press is running head to head. And it's really a chance to showcase your technology and showcase your press in a setting of people who actually care and are excited about it and are interested in it. So my takeaway from yesterday was just soaking in all the energy, all the excitement of print, and having some fantastic conversation with customers.
Oh, cool. Jean, finishing?
Volker, tell us. I mean, you've got obviously equipment everywhere right now. And you've got exciting stuff on a lot of these stands. But this is a big, let's say, a dream come true for the two companies, because you guys have come together. You had a plan since 2019, I think it was, yes. To have sort of a whole book kind of set up running. And tell us about the reality of this coming together now and running, rolling it out.
Well, first excited as well as we showcase the Lights Out Factory here, together with our friends from HP. Whenever that press starts, I mean, the crowd is there. We've been very satisfied with the first day. And you said it before, we had this set up in 2019 because that was the plan for Drupa 2020, which unfortunately did not happen for a well-known reason. And now we show it, and we also have a second stream to that and a third as well. So we show whatever is required with the minimum personnel around the machines, be it a cut sheet device or web press. And then we also have a digital saddle stitcher on the booth where we partner with one of your competitors. So whatever is required in the market space, be it magazines, books, catalogs, short runs, we showcase here. All data-driven with our own homegrown workflow solution. It's all about data-driven production, because that squeezes out, the higher amount of people, and we are extremely happy.
So we've heard Daniel Ernie say that this is all about being connected.
Yes.
And they're connected. We definitely have that. But as you look at how much of planning had to go into this, how much time did you guys have to spend to figure out how to get the press to talk to Volker's machines and turn out? Because when you're doing it live at a show, there's not a lot of room for error.
We've been partners since one of our first presses, and I should have probably looked up what press that was, but HP has been in digital printing. We showed a prototype at Drupa 2008, and we had our first press in 2009, and we started doing integration with finishing shortly thereafter. And Müller Martini and Hunkeler have been along for the ride since then. So when we say, hey, let's integrate together, our team, we know how to do that. Now, what's cool about what we're showing here is, as you said, a lights out factory. So we're going a roll of paper in, and a completely bound book coming out of the Infinitrim on the other side with the Hunkeler Star book in the middle. And so it's just a fantastic setup. We've been working towards, we started this vision in 2019. Since then, we all came out with new equipment. We all came out with new software and workflow. And so now we can really not just do it, but now do it we're showing 750 books an hour on what we're pulling together here. But to make this happen, a lot of phone calls, a lot of discussions. But I do have to say, yesterday at 2 o'clock, when we ran it at full speed, so 800 feet a minute or 244 meters a minute on the press, with all of the equipment running in line together, the whole team was out there. And we're just kind of fighting room with the customers to watch it all happen and watch the books come out. And tons of videos from my team and high fives. And so we were really excited about it.
So Volker, you're head of sales. So your sales team now have had, obviously they know the press inside out that you're offering, but clearly they've had to kind of understand the digital press side of things to talk the talk with the customer. How challenging has that been?
Well, I think we don't speak that much about the presses. We leave that to the experts. So whatever comes off a press, we know how to finish the product because it's not finished when it comes off the press, and we partnered very well with the guys. We had intensive discussions before, and of course we had trainings for people, and I think that works out very well. I think sometimes it's the workflow side of the projects that need to be sorted out. We have experts work on these things, and as I said before, and as Barbara said, the partnership is amazing.
So, Barbara, one of the things that comes to this show is Smart Work Cell Controller.
Yes.
And I'm a workflow person, so I always have to bring it up. And it was built for book production.
It was built for book production.
And the whole idea was to be able to do Book of One seamlessly and elegantly in a lights out fashion.
Yes.
So is that something people can get a demonstration of while they're here?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. They can come and see the Smart Work Cell Controller. It was built for high productive commercial printing, originally for publishing, but we also have been now using it in direct mail spaces. But the vision is you don't have to be a mega company with a mega infrastructure creating software and workflow, that you can work with HP and we can help you with those connections, and we can make a really productive work cell. And that work cell is, rolls of paper in and whatever you want coming out, be it book blocks or books or mailers or envelopes. And we can help with the productivity, efficiency, batching, ganging, tracing, tracking, all through the work cell controller.
And that's feeding metrics back into a master dashboard?
Yes, there's metrics available with that.
Okay. And I know, Volker, also on the Müller Martini side, you're very metrics driven these days. You want to be able to feed that information.
Absolutely, because if you think of Book of One, I would guess the photo book is the best example. What the heck would happen if the cover doesn't match the book block,
I get somebody else's baby pictures.
Exactly.
Could be an expensive process if it wasn't.
No, absolutely. So what we did is, because we found out that we need to build the workflow by ourselves, so we have the Connex workflow suite that contains the InfoWiz, which does the pre-press. So we get the raw PDF, we take that PDF and we impose the book. We put the marks on it and we put the barcodes on it for integrity, cover to book block content. So we control that. And then that imposed file will be given back to the guys of HP, and they run their press, and we control every single step in finishing in order to guarantee the integrity, as I said, content to cover. We call it cover match.
Is it what are customers asking for this level of lights out at this point? Have they gotten to the point where they understand the advantage of it?
I would say yes, of course, because everybody's talking about Book of One, or at least ultra short production. And that is the first question. How can I guarantee that nothing goes to the bin? And if you think about the e-commerce side of the business, that's even more important to guarantee this integrity. And I think we did a great job here, and we can showcase it also on the booth.
And we meet a lot with publishers, and what we're learning more from publishers as well as from our book printing customers is there's now an expectation for you not only to be printing the high volume of books, but also to be capable of printing these low volume books and down to book of one. And so folks who traditionally had been transitioning off of offset now are learning that they need to do this book of one capability. And also some of our print on demand folks are learning that they also now want to start doing some of these higher volume. And so what's great about working with these integrated solutions is if you built your skills up in one of those two spaces, we can help you get to the other one quickly. And especially when you have integrated solutions.
To probably jump in here, if you talk to publishers, the main challenge is how to maintain the backlist titles.
Yeah.
Okay, because that accounts for 60 to 70% of the volume. So by no means you let a book die.
Right.
And that's why digital print becomes so important and the finishing to it in order to maintain the lifetime of the backlist titles.
But I think it's great because we all talk total solutions, and to me, you're cutting out processes when you go digital, and then having a total solution, you've cut out all the processes. And there's always a good saying: it's not finished until it's finished. And I remember that for the last 20 years with digital. And you've got a book block coming out that's ready to go, ship and go. And I mean, you've cut out all these processes, hands-free system. What more could somebody in those lines ask for? It's fantastic. I mean, you've ticked all the boxes.
In our line, it's not just a book block, though. It's going for the Vario Pro and then Finitrim. And so coming out is a book, a completed book, ready to go, ready to ship.
It's fantastic. Yeah. All the processes are gone.
And so, Barbara, in order to accomplish that, it's more than just the page-wide press. We have to get the covers too. Yes. So there's that bigger HP story to tell as well.
Yeah, in our booth and in many book factories, we're partnering with our Indigo friends that are printing our covers in the book factory, and also in many companies around the world. We actually have that fully automated. Some robots are moving these pallets in and out of the cover sheets. And so, so it's HP doing on the printing end and our integrated solution using PrintOS and SiteFlow, and then connecting into our finishing partners.
And I guess we should mention the little Movigo that's running around the HP stand. It is the cutest little thing. I haven't been tripped by it, and I'm about as tall as it is, so I mean that works out pretty well. But Volker, do you see more and more of that kind of robotic automation in the shops you go into?
I think so. I think one of the major challenges is how our clients cope with the challenge finding the right people or finding people as such. That is, I would say, aside of sustainability requests, that is one of the top topics that everybody's thinking of. That keeps our clients awake at night because they hardly find people. That's why our belief is in automation. That is very important, and it will gain, I think, over the next time, it will even gain more attention.
But I think once you've seen it, you're going, oh my gosh, that simplifies my life, our business. We can get things done quicker, faster. Are you seeing a lot of, let's say, traditional commercial printers that, let's say, have been doing they've had the Indigos and they've been doing certain things. With the solutions you've got on display now, are you seeing a few of them looking at going into book production in a serious way? Because obviously you've simplified things for them with what you've got. Is there an interest around that?
I think we're seeing a lot of more and more enthusiasm and energy behind analog to digital conversion. I'm not seeing so much hopping industry to industry, but we definitely see transactional folks who have those mailing chops moving into the direct mail space, then moving into general commercial print. But what's been exciting about the automation happening and then our two new product releases, the T4250 and the T500M, we're building these specifically not to compete with our digital friends, we're not there to compete with them. We're there to compete with offset and to take those analog pages and move them to digital.
Because
And-
it's so true. And everybody
Yeah.
thinks, oh, you know, it is. You're cutting out the processes, you're making it happen with digital. And as you say, you know, move your volume across. That's,
And it's a more
yeah.
sustainable solution. And with labor shortage, you're able to get folks who are interested in digital and able to run these presses. And you know, you can have a fantastic staff of folks that are differently skilled than what you need for an offset press, and again, and less manpower overall.
This has been a fabulous conversation. Barbara, I want to thank you so much for all the insights, and Volker for all the insights. If you're here at Hunkeler Innovation Days with us, we encourage you to go into the HP stand, be there when that whole book line is running, because you will be there smiling with everyone else. Even if you're not a book manufacturer, you will be so excited to see this end-to-end lights out production. It is just amazing.
You'll have to fight off the crowds to get there, though.
You might have to kind of dig through and walk around the Movigo. But if you're not here, please look at all of the Inkish videos that we're doing from Innovation Days, because in addition to our morning show with our fabulous guests, we're also running up and down the aisles having some really amazing conversations with many of the partners and exhibitors who are here. So we encourage you to keep an eye on us at inkish.tv, and we will be back with another edition for tomorrow. And meanwhile, we hope you have an amazing day. Thanks so much, Barbara. Thanks so much, Volker. And thanks, Jean.
Yes.
Yay.